Welcome back to my mental health and crime channel. My name is Huda London. This is for entertainment purpose only. This is the case of the Idaho, Moscow quadruple murders. May the 4 victims rest in peace and may the correct justice be served. Bethany Funk has information material to the charges against Mr. Kohlberger. She was interviewed by police on several occasions. She disclosed things she heard and things she saw. Portions of information Ms. Funk has is exculpatory to the defendant. Ms. Funk's information is unique to experiences and cannot be provided by another witness. What did Bethany Funk see? Are they scared that she's going to disclose information that wasn't what she saw? Was she told what to say, either by Dylan or by whoever took her statements, allegedly? What is Bethany so scared of? Let's not forget Bethany Funk was at the Sigma Chi fraternity party with E and Zana. What did she see there? What did she witness there? Did the couple ever make it home? Brian Christopher Kohlberger and his team are filing for motion to change the court revenue. I think it's been declined, but there's a new one coming up again. I personally believe they should change the venue so that Mr. Kohlberger gets a fair and correct trial. If he has done it, he needs to be charged for the crimes. But if he hasn't done it, I personally do not believe he's going to get the correct justice in Latter County or Later County. It's a small county with only, Moscow has 25,000, 26,000 people living there. But if the court is changed to Boise, Idaho, or other bigger cities, there'll be more chance for justice. But we can see that the prosecutor, William Thompson, does not want this motion for court revenue to be basically changed. He doesn't want that. Is it because he can't provide the 3 unidentified male DNAs? Or is it because he knows that the touched DNA may not hold? The timeline between 3 to 4 was more right. I'd love to see what the witness say. And I wonder if I'd love to see the witness is testing me on the live stream, or if they're going to do that secretively. Because they said they may do that in the morning court, and after 1:30 the second court is available for the public. So I don't think they're going to let us see Bethany and Dylan Mortensen and Hunter Johnson explaining what he saw when he came. Remember, it was said that he was checking if E and Zana had a pulse, or if E had a pulse. He was talking to the 911 operator, and that is on gag order too. So it's going to be interesting to see what these people have to say when they're examined in court. Pay attention to Bill Thompson, the prosecutor, going inside the house the first day without any gloves. I'm talking about Bill Thompson, the prosecutor. So were they all part of tampering the scene and the evidence? That such DNA evidence could have gotten on the night shift from any place, anyhow. These people are transferring DNA easily. He literally has no gloves on. You can see them all waiting, and then he goes in. Most of them have just a normal woolen gloves, nothing else. And there are many officers. If you'll pay attention to the good vibes sign, that's where the fingerprints was found, one of the 3 unidentified DNAs. Now, pay attention to the table. There's a couple of red cups, some fallen on the table, and an empty bottle of alcohol beverage, I believe. I was wondering, could it be possible that Xana and E were sitting and chilling in the living room and somebody surprised them and came, actually not from the sliding door, but from the first floor. The reason I say that is I'll explain to you all. Just a second. If you take a closer look inside the house, this is the front door from the inside of the house. You can see the steps upstairs. So now pay attention to, this is the front door of 1122 Kings Road. If you go inside this floor itself, without climbing up the steps, you can see the room straight down. And there's a room over there. There's 2 rooms. One is Bethany's and one is empty. That's where the 6th roommate rented the room, but she never moved inside, allegedly. So I'm thinking, what if somebody was hiding in the spare room and E and Xana did not know about it? They were chilling upstairs. Because let's not forget, Kaylee's sister, Olivia, said clearly that many people had the password to come inside the house. So somebody could have come inside. In fact, let's say the 4 figures or the 3 boys in Banfield could have come inside, hid inside, and then attacked the couple while they were in the living room. There could have been a struggle near the good vibes. That's how the fingerprint landed there. Does that make sense? It's just a theory that I've been thinking of for a long time. In this case, you can't have just one theory because we don't have the facts. Anything is possible. Anyone could be involved, allegedly. So if the people were hiding downstairs, they could have easily gone upstairs, and that's how they could have got eaten on his way. He could have been on his way to the toilet, and trigger warning, they could have slit his throat from behind. Or they could have just rushed at once, all of them above the steps and into the living room. Could have been too late for Xana and E to react. That's very possible. And then later on, they waited for Kaylee and Maddie to come in, and they attacked them too. So you understand what I mean? They could have run from downstairs to the upstairs, had a struggle, had a fight with the couple. One must have ran towards the room. E could have run towards the room to warn Xana to close the door, and they could have unlived them both over there. I think that sounds more reasonable than them being unlived in Linda Lane. I really believe they all were unlived at home. And I always said, things are starting to come into place the way we were discussing in this channel for many months. Like Kaylee being unlived in the sitting position. I always said there was two separate incidents that day. One was with the couple. It happened earlier on, at least an hour earlier. And I believe in the house, because Xana told her father she's going to chill at home. The DoorDash order, I believe, is a lie. I believe that's all the statements DM made up. And they're to use DM as a witness. When the girls came and they went upstairs, they must have gone and attacked them upstairs. I don't think they attacked them in Linda Lane because they would have to carry the deceased bodies upstairs. And if anyone is a nurse here or has been working in the medical business or as ambulance driver, you'll know how heavy it is when people are deceased. So that's why I don't buy that thought. I don't agree with that thought. I think it all happened inside the house, but it was different timings because E's mother said 2 a.m. is the hardest time for a family. The surviving roommates know something. They're hiding something. I can't understand how Dylan Mortensen could have seen so much from in front of her room. The house has different layers and steps. BK is 6'2". He's now 5'11". That's her description. And now picture when it is dark. If the boys came from downstairs and rushed into the living room, they could have had a fight with E near the good vibes because the fingerprints was found there. And one of them, his gloves fell when they were outside. And Dylan Mortensen couldn't have seen much from there because look at how dark it was. Even if the person had on a mask, he would have literally been walking in front of her. He would have tripped over the steps. So if this was Maddie Morgan's room, y'all can see, like Kaylee's mother said, it was wall on both sides. It was difficult for Kaylee to get out. She would have been stuck. And she was found sitting and kneeling towards the wall. Remember this picture?
One of the students killed in 2022. Her family sat down with ABC News Live anchor Kana Woodworth ahead of today's hearing.
We're just left in limbo.
Kaylee Gonzalez's parents sharing exclusively with GMA never-before-seen pictures and videos of their 21-year-old daughter.
It's not physically tight. No. You can season with these. You can't really season with them, but you can cook with them.
Yeah, I know that's in front of the tower.
Yeah.
This is in front of the University of Idaho Tower.
The family still waiting on a full digital copy of Kaylee's phone from authorities.
These are the last moments of your child's life, and you're sitting here fighting with somebody who just doesn't care.
They were able to collect some of Kaylee's belongings from the university over the summer, which raised concerns for them about how well possible evidence was processed, including a trash can from Kaylee's room that was full and appeared untouched.
We opened it. It was a little squeezy applesauce thing like you would give to like a toddler. It did not appear to have been gone through.
Police saying they had gathered more than 100 pieces of physical evidence from the scene, along with some 4,000 photos and 3D scans of the residence. Still, frustration mounting for the family over what they consider a lack of communication and a rush to tear down the home on King Road. Christy describes for the first time how Kaylee was found. It's my understanding Kaylee was kind of sitting up
Yes.
and had fought.
Yeah. And the way that room's put together, if you come through that door, you can't get out of that room.
Completely, totally trapped.
Yeah. You're in a bed.
Tiny room. The bed was the entire room. You could barely open up the door without swiping the foot of the bed. And it was wall. You know, the headboard was up against the wall. The side where Kaylee was on was up against the wall. And if you can imagine Kaylee in an upright sort of position, up in the corner, slumped. I mean, she was trapped.
This is how Kaylee was found. So I believe people like Saeed, Jovito, and the grub truck people have many questions to answer. How was he watching those pictures? Was it a live streaming going on? Besides the grub truck live stream? Unless they edited it, deleted it off, I don't know what they did. I mentioned there's a guy with the whole ski mask underneath the picture of alleged Kaylee sitting. So you can see clearly that's how the room looked like. That is the picture Saeed was watching of someone sitting on the bed and there was red liquid or something on the bed. This is really shocking, heartbreaking. These victims just deserve the correct justice, not only justice. The crime scene pictures show clearly that the crime scene was expanded. You can see the tape going down to Linda Lane, I guess, or maybe covering the parking place. I wonder what they're discussing about. Moscow is full of white cars, I guess. How come Ilan Harsh said that he didn't hear anything and later on said he heard a bit? He heard a scream. If anything was going on in the parking place, he would have heard it. So I believe it was inside the house. Unless everyone heard it and is being quiet. Nobody wants to get involved, I guess. I wonder if Dylan is getting ready for trial. Last time we knew she was busy partying. I'm not judging her for that, but I just find it a bit strange that neither she or Bethany Funk attended the memorial of their friends. What were these two up to when the murders were happening? They were busy texting each other. It doesn't necessarily mean that they both were in the same house. The front door was left wide open, and at 2 a.m. somebody saw a blonde girl running out of the house. They had some student project going on that they were recording, or they had these cameras that detect different things, I guess. Some project was going on, and that project wrote it on Facebook, but it was taken off, I think, by the police. They said they have footage of a blonde girl, young woman running out of the house, hysterical. So let's pick and choose. Which one of them could it be? I think it was Bethany. I don't think she was at home. She came home and she saw what happened. and she ran away. That's why BK wants Bethany to testify. She has exculpatory evidence. Plus, she was at the party. As her DM, was she in the first floor or the second floor? She was living in the first floor. She was sleeping at the first floor. She wasn't a witness, according to Chief Fry. The surviving roommates were just there, is what he said. And he said they both were sleeping in the first floor. The timeline was between 3 to 4 a.m. After 49 days, everything changed. Dinah was sleeping upstairs on the second floor. And she wasn't sleeping completely. She saw a masked man. Not with a ski mask or masked man, although her father said it was a man with a ski mask. With bushy eyebrows, is what she said. She got the height wrong. She said 5'11". Saeed has bushy eyebrows. The guy in the Banfield has bushy eyebrows too. One of the three, the tall one, with the van shoes. You have van shoes, that's mentioned in the affidavit. May the correct justice be served for the victims. Please like, share, and subscribe. I'd like to thank all my subscribers and viewers. Good night.